our brain together and our brain research. My life depends on watch www.newfilm.com.
As is often the case, you don't appreciate something until it's gone. Lynn has learned to appreciate dopamine, a brain chemical that is thought to be 80 to 90% gone when you are first symptomatic. At the age of 30, with a new baby in her arms, a neurologist made a mind-boggling diagnosis: Parkinson's disease. As her daughter grew and Lynn's career ascended, her symptoms continued to progress. Her balance grew poorer, requiring a cane, then a walker, then a scooter, and ultimately a wheelchair. She also retired from her career and replaced it with a newfound talent for jewelry making. And until she lost her voice, she was espousing in inspirational talks that attitude is everything. Amidst the travel and jewelry making and generally living life to its fullest, Lynn indeed has the gift that keeps on taking. Let's put our brains together to support brain research. Lynn was published in the Palo Alto Weekly, Parkinson's, Not a Death Sentence, by Sue Draymond. Lynn Fielder remembers the first time she accepted Parkinson's disease as an inseparable part of herself. She was walking a labyrinth. The labyrinth pattern reminded Miss Fielder of the brain, her brain. She had an epiphany. Parkinson's wasn't something to keep at bay. It wasn't an external it. It was part of her, and she could use it as a martial art. One afternoon, Miss Fielder's medication wore off and her body froze, immobilized by her brain's being unable to signal her body to move. But she tricked her body into activity by doing the unexpected. She began swinging her arms, walking backwards, running and dancing and whirling along the labyrinth's path. She forgot her self-consciousness among the other walkers, now staring. She had learned the first lesson in using the disease to her advantage. There's a photograph of Miss Fielder rock climbing 9 years ago, even with her tremors. It's part of an essay she wrote called Extreme Living, found on her website. Some people go to great lengths seeking adventure in their lives, she said. They go whitewater rafting, skydiving, or rock climbing. That's kind of extreme living kind of makes me mad when people put themselves in perilous situations. My everyday living has become an extreme sport. To people who need that adrenaline rush, just try walking across the room when you don't have the balance. She can stiffen up, fully aware of the desire to move or need to use the bathroom, but powerless to get there. She's written essays about her experiences on her website, including the piece 10 Minutes Living in a Body with Parkinson's. You know your body knows how to move, and your brain is yelling at your body. At times her handwriting goes from large to microscopic, so much so that she herself can't read it. The phenomenon is known as micrographia. Miss Fielder, 49, was diagnosed when she was just 31 and had a newborn daughter, Maya. She credits Maya with giving her the impetus not to give in to the illness, and Maya has become an advocate. In Mrs. Fielder's home yoga studio, pictures of Maya with actor Michael J. Fox and getting a bear hug from boxer Muhammad Ali, both of whom have Parkinson's, decorate the walls. Her statement before the U.S. Senate was entered into the congressional record. Fielder calls Parkinson's the creative disease because in pulling its survivors away from their normal activities and careers, their limited movements often allow them to explore their creativity. In Fielder's case, she began making jewelry. The limited movements still enable her to manipulate metal and string beads. She cold bends each silver piece. My family's not that thrilled with me using a blowtorch. Her signature pieces are bent silver forks, made into necklaces and bracelets. The bent fork is an analogy for life. Go with the flow. Very rarely does something turn out as my mind's eye sees it, and I release from the expectations. I have to bend where the jewelry bends. The same principle now guides her life. She has coined her art repurposed jewelry. I repurposed my life because of events, said Fielder, who was Vice President of Medical Services for Planned Parenthood.